going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering 10 hidden gem left fielders finishing off the outfield in this series for MLB The Show 23. As we start off here, I want to give a big thank you to my Patreon subscribers. If you guys want to get featured here on the channel with a shout out for your name, consider going over to that Patreon link, which is in the description, and subscribing to one of those Patreon tiers. And since you guys did absolutely fantastic with my request in the last video to leave a like on the video, we're going to set another like goal just because I want to see if we can be consistent with it. You guys at the time of this video are right around 50 likes, close to 50 likes I should say, on that last video. So the last video's like goal was 25. Let's try to see if we can't hit 35 and be consistent. If you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like on this video, and if you like this series, leave a like down below right now. If you guys don't like the video by the time you guys get to the end or before you leave, hit that dislike button. That is valuable information. We have over 300, 400 people watching every single one of these videos, and we're only getting about 10% of you to hit the like or dislike button. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. And without further ado, we're going to jump into these 10 left fielders that you guys should be on the lookout for in franchise mode. The first player we're going to list off today is going to be Kwan of the Guardians, a 25-year-old 76 overall B potential, the type of player that doesn't typically make it onto these lists, but I have to highlight for a couple of reasons. The first of those being that his ratings are so good in comparison to what his overall is actually looking like, which means that this guy, if you move them to another position, is going to be a significantly higher overall. When we take a look at his individual ratings, having 90 contact versus right, 82 contact versus left, 97 vision, 88 batting clutch, 71 plate discipline, 90 durability, 85 fielding, 67 arm, 81 reaction, and 72 speed, there's really no reason that this guy should be a 76 overall, but the reason he is because of the requirements at left field, which are going to be more power and arm based. And seeing as those are the two categories that he's lacking, you guys could probably move this guy over to center field and he's going to take a significant jump in overall, and he's a much better player than a 76 overall would indicate. And that's why I think he is truly a hidden gem that does deserve recognition with the first spot on this list. Number 2 on this list is going to be Chris Taylor of the Dodgers. This guy's a guy that can play all over the place, all those infield spots as well as his outfield spots, and he is a well-rounded player, and that's why he's a good addition to any team at 32 years old, a 76 overall with C potential. You're going to get a couple of usable years out of this guy. 67 contact versus right, 66 contact versus left. He's got 60 plus power on both sides, so you know he can hit some home runs. Good plate discipline. Unfortunately, he's sacrificing on the clutch end of things, but his fielding attributes are all serviceable as well, with 71 fielding arm and arm accuracy. Unfortunately, his reaction is a little bit low, but that's not the end of the world. He is also somewhat athletic out there and has some good base running aggression. 73 speed, 62 base running aggression. This guy has some serious potential. He has the pinch hitter quirk as well, so he adds some extra flexibility. This is more of a utility type of a player that would add a good bit of value to any franchise or any team. I also, of course, forgot to mention that Kwan has 4 quirks: the Road Warrior, Unfazed, Bad Ball Hitter, and Table Setter quirks, which are going to be absolutely crucial in getting a great performance out of a guy that is already really good in so many areas. Next up is going to be Lourdes Gurriel Jr, and again, I hope I'm pronouncing that one correctly, but he's coming in with a really good bat and a really solid arm for you out there in left field, which is what a lot of people are looking for. He's got 85 contact versus right, 77 contact versus left, 50 plus power on both sides, good vision, 97 batting clutch, which is absolutely monstrous, a 76 arm and 68 arm accuracy. He's not going to be super athletic. He's not going to be flying around making crazy plays out there in the outfield, but he's going to be able to put some runners out at home plate, and that's exactly what you want out of your left field type of player. And man, is he going to be really good at the plate for you with just those stats we've already talked about. 76 overall, C potential, 29-year-old. You're going to be able to get a handful of useful years out of this guy as well, and he has the unfazed quirk. And I tell you what, guys, there are so many good hidden gems at the left field position that they just keep rolling in here. The next one up is Joc Pederson, 75 overall C potential, 30 years old. He can also play first base as well as those outfield spots, but man, does he pack some punch. He comes in with good contact on both sides, but he's got that 83 power versus righties, which is what a lot of people want in their corner outfielders. 98 batting clutch, which again is absolutely monstrous, and then he's going to have a kind of decent arm. He's not going to be that great defensively. In fact, he might be a little bit of a liability defensively, but nonetheless a player that you should probably at least be trying to get and put into your DH spot or something like that. He also has home body, dead red, pinch hitter, and bad ball hitter, all going to be fantastic to help him at the plate. So this is definitely a guy that you want to take a look at if you're looking for that power hitter. At the number 5 spot, I really wanted to highlight Alex Verdugo. He's another B potential guy, 73 overall, and he's going to be currently on the Red Sox. He's coming in with 90 contact versus right, 69 contact versus left. His power is not the greatest, but he comes in with really good plate vision, really good durability, and a really solid arm to start off with. So if you're looking for just a generally solid prospect that isn't too high overall or anything like that, this might be your guy, because he does come in with some good serviceable stats at the plate and a good arm that you can continue to build upon. This might just be your very solid corner outfielder that you have been looking for, because he does add value on both sides of the ball, and he also provides the road warrior and rally monkey quirks. Next up, I have to mention in the 6th spot, Jack Suwinski of the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you guys have paid attention to my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise on the channel at all, you'll know that Jack Suwinski won the MVP for the World Series in our 2nd season, and that was kind of a dream run, but there's a reason that this guy has really good upside, and that is that he's coming in with crazy power on both sides of the plate, which in and of itself, it's rare enough to already have good power on one side of the plate, let alone both sides of the plate. Sure, his bat needs a lot of work with that 54 contact and 20 contact respectively, but he comes in with that crazy power that you can build on, 77 plate discipline, and he's a good defender. 64 fielding, 76 arm, 77 arm accuracy, and 51 reaction. He's not going to be the best defender, but at 24 years old, those are really workable areas. You can get this guy to a very good capability for your team and make him into a really good player. I think that you can get him up into that B potential range, and you're going to be able to make him into a all-star type of a player given his 24 age range. He's not going to be expensive at all because he's that C potential. They have a lot of outfield prospects on the Pirates, and he's also going to have the home body and day player quirks, which are absolutely huge for you. In the 7th spot, we're going to highlight Bryan De La Cruz, who's another B potential prospect, but there are so many of them that I feel like you guys can trade for one of these guys actually pretty easily. 72 overall B potential, like I said, 26 years old. So given that he's a 26-year-old, he's not the most valuable B potential prospect, and I think he's already a very serviceable player with that 78 contact versus right, 62 contact versus left, 50 plus power on both sides, and an 84 arm strength to start off with. 62 speed is serviceable out there in the corner outfield, and he's already coming in with 66 reaction, which tends to be one of the bigger issues for corner outfielders, is when they have too low of a reaction and balls just kind of get past them. So I really like what this guy has to potentially bring to the plate for you, and I really think that you should consider him as maybe a discount B potential type of guy if you're looking for a prospect that has room to grow. He definitely has some room to grow here. He definitely has some things he needs to work on in franchise mode. He doesn't come in with any quirks either, so some negatives there as well, but that might be why he gets overlooked in comparison to some of those other prospects, so somebody you definitely want to try to consider. And in the 8th spot, we're going to talk about Jake Fraley, who is kind of a discount version of some of those players we've already listed so far. 64 contact versus right, 75 power versus right, really weak against lefties, so he's going to be very heavily favored against one side, and you're not going to have him in the lineup otherwise. 84 plate discipline, 60 batting clutch, 87 durability, and a 74 arm. adding 66 speed on there as well. This is just kind of a good base to build upon. If you want, like I said, a discount version of any of those players that we've already talked about, Jake Fraley might be your guy because he adds the arm, he adds the power, he adds the contact, and you just have to build him up a little bit. Being a B potential, being a 71 overall at 27 years old, not going to be super expensive, but he does have some room to grow for you, a couple of years worth of growth potentially. So definitely give this guy a look, and he's already coming in with pinch hitter and dead red. At the 9th spot on this list, we're going to highlight Raimel Tapia of the Red Sox, another left fielder for the Red Sox, but coming in with really good contact on both sides, mainly good against lefties with that 89 contact on that side, but he comes in with 80 vision and 88 batting clutch, and he actually is pretty solid defensively, 64 fielding, 80 arm strength, 62 arm accuracy. Not going to have great reaction, but he has pretty decent speed compared to most left fielders, so you might want to give this guy some consideration. A very inexpensive option for you as a 71 overall C potential 29-year-old, and he comes in with situational hitter and first pitch hitter, which are some quirks that you definitely want to have on your guy. So another really good discount option here for you as we near the end of this list. And in the final spot on this list, I wanted to give you guys a true prospect type of a player that was a lower overall if you really want a discount in comparison to anybody else. And we decided to go with Bubba Thompson of the Rangers, a 67 overall C potential at 24 years old that can play those other outfield spots as well. He comes in with 76 contact versus right. He comes in with very good fielding stats, 74 fielding, 76 reaction, and he has 99 speed, 99 stealing, and 99 base running aggression. This guy is a true center fielder more than a corner outfielder, but if you want to just build up a crazy outfield, take Bubba Thompson and build him up as a left fielder, and he's going to be good for you. It's just a matter of time before this guy really starts to skyrocket, and he doesn't come in with any quirks, but those ratings alone are worthwhile for any outfield position. You know he's not going to miss on plays defensively, and you know that he has room to grow. So that's been 10 hidden gem left fielders in MLB The Show 23. There are actually a handful more players at this position that I would definitely recommend, but there are just too many to put into one video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like right now down below. If you dislike this video, then leave a dislike as well. As always though, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.